I wrote in response to Billy Collins. I first heard him do a poem called Fishing on the Susquehanna in July that he wrote about a painting by that title. I kind of thought at first reading he was being a little dismissive of my river, and that irked me a bit. And then read it later and found out that as clever and multifaceted as Billy Collins, former poet laureate, always is, there was actually a lot more to that poem, and he was kind of making fun of himself and how sometimes museum-like we go through life and looking at what's in the frame without experiencing life itself. So, but it's still patterned after his poem that starts, not in July or any month have I had the pleasure, if it is a pleasure, of fishing on the Susquehanna. Kayaking on the Susquehanna. Now that's a pleasure. In July or any month, without ice or floods. I'm not sure I've ever seen a painting of someone kayaking on the Susquehanna, or any Pennsylvania waters for that matter. My body feels it now, the ache from pushing muscles as I row this rocking rhythm. My meter off stroke, 2 beats to port for each at starboard. This fat little sit on top is made for ocean waves, not upstream track. But it's the only kayak I own, so I row on the Susquehanna, my backyard fountain. This far upstream, where west meets north, the water's deep, at least when the dam is up. It's inflatable, you know, like the ego of poets who don't know about bats and boats or fishing poles or calloused hands, curved paddles that dip and scoop and dribble the Susquehanna into your lap. It's dusk, 2 ducks and a loon flap past, wings nearly tip the waves. I tire and drift the way we poets do when we've pushed the pen too hard and need to let the stream find us again and take us where it will. The slow current spins me about to face downstream, toward a low waxing moon. Even the rise of countless mayflies doesn't hide the glow of pink sky above a bank of jumbled trees. I imagine as I glide toward shore, a man in a museum, his mind adrift, gazing at a painting of a stranger kayaking on the Susquehanna. He senses something he has missed and thinks to write of his regret, fleeting as a Pennsylvania rabbit, briefly mourning a euphoria he'll never know. Shoulders sore, a setting sun, the moon and first few stars hover over slow, roving water. Up ahead, a bass jumps for the day's last fly. From far away, I feel his gaze. I pull my body up and out and tug the craft to ground, dripping the river behind me.